From a raised wooden monster with lion ears and a crocodile-like mouth to 15 irregular, elongated skulls discovered underwater, these are the most absurd discoveries. However, it is a very sad aspect of this planet that objects that don't belong in the ocean will always be discovered there, and some of it is quite frightening. What did they discover underwater, and who might have put them there? Well, join us on this aquatic journey as we explore what they discovered underwater that shocked the whole world. Now, are you aware that the Cancun Underwater Museum has sculptures? We're talking about a truly remarkable and perceptive discovery located near Cancun, Mexico. MUSA is an underwater museum that opened its doors in 2009. It is the biggest museum of its sort, featuring a huge collection of sculptures that were made specifically to be submerged. To truly comprehend the level of detail that was put into it, you must see it. Owing to the museum's setting, seaweed and coral have been incorporated into the sculptures. As both are modes of expression, MUSA claims that the goal of the museum is to illustrate the relationship between environmental science and art. The way the marine elements merged with the statues left even the creators in disbelief. What are your thoughts on the significance and effect of the sculpture? Now let's take a look at the lost city of Heraclion. Do you know that one of the most significant underwater archaeological in history is Heraclion, also known as Thonis? Yes, indeed. It was the busiest commerce port in Egypt. Egypt's Thonis Heraclion was formerly a harbor city near the mouth of the Nile. Historians date its mention to the 12th century BC, and it is believed that its importance developed in the latter days of the pharaohs. This historic port city was important for trade and industry, much like all others. This was where the majority of Egypt's taxes were collected before Alexandria replaced Thonis Heraclion. Regretfully, the city's soil liquefied and eventually sank 30 feet below the surface. The European Institute for Underwater Archaeology found this site in 2000. Next is the SS President Coolidge. I mean, you probably didn't know that the most well-known wreck in the world is the SS Coolidge. It stands apart from other wrecks for a variety of reasons. It's an SS, a steamship, an opulent liner with nearly 1,000 accommodations for affluent passengers. Additionally, the U.S. War Department repurposed the spacious SS President Coolidge, which had been a luxury liner sailing from San Francisco to Manila and other destinations in the Pacific and Far East, when the possibility of war escalated. Because of her usefulness as a troop ship, it was utilized to evacuate American residents from Hong Kong as World War II approached. Tragically, mines sank it as it attempted to enter a military base at Espiritu Santo, which is now a part of Vanuatu and well defended against hostile ships and submarines. Before the skipper gave the order to leave the ship, it struck 2 mines. Talking about discoveries, bang that subscribe button to our channel Paw Planet, where you discover new and amazing things about animals and the global at large. Please like, share, and comment on this video. We appreciate your reviews. Now, what about strange objects in the Baltic Sea? What could be the mysterious object that was discovered in the ocean? A peculiar round item was found at the bottom of the Baltic Sea in 2011. The item was named the Baltic Sea Anomaly, since no one is truly sure what it is, and it has continued to puzzling scientists to this day. The peculiar and odd object, measuring 61 meters in width and 8 meters in height, was found by Swedish treasure hunters under the command of Captain Peter Lindberg when they were using side-scan sonar to explore the ocean. As the divers approached the anomaly, reports stated that their equipment had failed. People have speculated that this might be a piece of a crashed UFO or an alien vehicle as a result, but others dismiss this theory and believe it's just another shipwreck. But to their surprise, something unexplainable was discovered to the extent they didn't know what to call it, because there was no clue to what it was. Elongated skull found in Mayan cave. Sac Wayum is a flooded sinkhole in southern Mexico that causes anxiety in the minds of the residents. Sac Wayum is a cenote situated outside the ruins of the ancient Mayapan city in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, approximately 40 kilometers south of Mérida. During their 2-week exploration of this cenote, a group of archaeologists, under the direction of Bradley Russell, discovered 2 connected rooms with skeletons strewn about them. In all, there were roughly 15 skulls, and because they were all elongated, they weren't the typical skulls. Shipwreck SS Gairsoppa. A German torpedo on February 17, 1941, brought the British steam merchant ship SS Gairsoppa to a terrible end during World War II. The ship was traveling from India to Britain with valuable cargo that included tea, pig iron, and silver. About 300 miles off the coast of Ireland, the Gairsoppa fell to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean following the attack, taking with it the valuable cargo and 85 out of the 86 crew members. Meanwhile, 7 decades passed before the SS Gairsoppa's wreck was eventually discovered in 2011 by Odyssey Marine Exploration, an organization that specializes in shipwreck exploration in the deep ocean. Nearly 15,000 feet in depth, the shipwreck was discovered, which ranks among the deepest shipwrecks ever discovered. Nevertheless, the unearthing and retrieval of Gairsoppa's treasure became the most extensive and profound retrieval of valuable metals from a maritime disaster in history. Odyssey Marine Exploration executed numerous recovery missions spanning multiple years, ultimately succeeding in the retrieval of over 110 tons of silver with an estimated value exceeding $200 million. The incredible discovery garnered worldwide recognition and shed light on the distressing narrative of the SS Gairsoppa and its crew, who encountered insurmountable challenges during a violent conflict. The tragic sinking of the SS Gairsoppa is a poignant illustration of the dangers of maritime travel during World War II and a testament to the incomprehensible profundities to which history may be concealed beneath the surface of the ocean. The Yonaguni Sanctuary. The Yonaguni Monument, an enigmatic submerged formation that was unearthed in 1986 along the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan, has engendered considerable interest among scholars and incited copious discussions concerning its provenance. The mysterious formation comprises a sequence of enormous stepped sandstone terraces, with certain terraces surpassing 90 feet in height. These terraces are situated at a depth of around 60 feet below the surface of the ocean. Certain scholars hypothesize that the monument, which exhibits exact geometric contours and an apparent intention to construct, is the residual portion of a prehistoric man-made edifice, potentially dating back to the last ice age, which occurred over 10,000 years ago. Conversely, advocates of this hypothesis posit that the Yonaguni Monument might have been an integral component of a more extensive submerged metropolis, or perhaps a site of worship, evoking parallels to the architectural styles of other recognized ancient civilizations. Conversely, some hold the view that the formation is an inherent geological occurrence that evolved gradually through tectonic and erosional processes spanning millennia. It was contended that the acute angles and ostensibly consistent design of the monument are the result of natural phenomena, including tidal currents, sedimentation, and the fissure of sandstone strata. The precise whereabouts of the Yonaguni Monument continue to be a topic of vigorous scholarly inquiry and contention. At present, there remains an absence of conclusive evidence supporting either hypothesis. Nevertheless, the site remains a magnet for researchers and divers worldwide, whose fascination is sparked by its enigmatic nature and the quandary surrounding its inception. Further escalating the sense of intrigue, the discovery of additional submerged formations in the adjacent waters has fueled conjecture that the Yonaguni Monument might constitute a component of a larger subaqueous complex that has yet to be thoroughly investigated. The Yonaguni Monument, which may be considered a natural marvel or the remains of a long-lost civilization, continues to be among the most mysterious and eerie underwater discovery, inspiring astonishment and curiosity regarding the mysteries concealed beneath the depths of the ocean. Dwarka, a holy city underwater. Dwarka, the lost city, set aside Atlantis and make way for someone to ascend to your throne. When Plato mythologizes a utopian island kingdom, he appears oblivious to the fact that parallels the lost civilization of Atlantis will flourish in modern popular culture thousands of years later. The proposition that Atlantis was, in fact, a tangible location that was submerged at its height of power and influence has engrossed and besieged contemporary culture for decades. A prosperous and historically significant metropolis, which is widely believed to have been the epicenter of Lord Krishna's dominion, attracts Hindu pilgrims from around the globe. It is one of the 7 sacred sites in India that require a pilgrimage. Situated along the western coast of Gujarat, along the banks of the Gomti River, this structure is purported to have submerged in the Arabian Sea after the demise of Lord Krishna. The pursuit of the submerged area commenced during the 1930s, and the initial archaeological dig was conducted in 1963. It's said to be one of the most significant historical accounts among marine archaeologists globally. This submerged realm is ripe with untold legends. Monster raised from the Baltic Sea. A 15th century Danish warship had a 660-pound creature at its bow that had lion ears and a jaw like that of a crocodile. Consider this: the last times this monster looked out over the ocean were during the lifetimes of Christopher Columbus and Leonardo da Vinci. Conversely, although divers had discovered the wreck in the 1970s, it wasn't until 2013, following 2 excavations in 2007 and 2011, that specialists were able to identify the ship. When they first saw the bare tooth gravel figureheads on the ocean floor, they assumed they were dog-made. The ship appears to be an exceptionally well-preserved wreck, even though it was supposedly stationed at Ronneby, Sweden, when it sank in 1945 after being destroyed by fire. The missing ship might provide a unique window into how warships were constructed during that pivotal era in human history. These detailed figureheads served numerous functions, such as aiding in the development of pre-literate societies and enabling instantaneous vessel identification. In Viking culture, figureheads were fashioned from dragons and other creatures to ward off malevolent spirits that were believed to manifest during perilous ocean voyages. It is widely acknowledged that the depths of the ocean floor are enormous. But what's your take? Tell us what you think about these discoveries. Leave a comment below, and you can also check out our previous exciting video. Cave under Euphrates River has just been sealed up because they found this. Go watch it.